Welcome in, my possum friends. It is week 10, and Joe is back with you this week. Joe am I. I am Joe. Guys, we got the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Titans on bye weeks this week, so make sure they're out of your lineup, a.k.a. every wide receiver I drafted heavily in all of my leagues is on a bye week this week, so that's really fun. Today is National Donut Day, brought to you by Roman Dunze. He had to do it on you. Sorry. It just had to happen last week. And, guys, Week 10 game previews brought to you by Fantasy Six Pack, and Offensive Points had a team building golf outing this week. It was great. We had a good time. It was beautiful weather. Good to get out on the links. As always, I'm here with Josh and Billy. Josh, Billy, what is up?
You know, we don't do it often enough in general. But Joe hit a goose. The goose saved the ball from going into the water. It's pretty amazing. Can't even make that up. And also, since you're hearing Joe's voice, you can tell that he's alive. So that's good to know.
It's good. The golf cart also tire went flat in the middle on hole 10. That was fun. Ever had that experience on a golf course?
Well, you think at hole 10, you're like, oh, you can just turn back around. But no, this was not a just immediate go back to the
one course that the clubhouse. 9-10 does not end at the clubhouse. This was the first time.
That wheel is probably still off the cart to this day. Might even still.
They probably left that out there. There's no way they got that cart back in by now. They probably just left it, and they're going to deal with it in the morning.
Nature will reclaim it.
Yeah, I guess so. The trade deadline was yesterday. There was a lot of decent moves. Joe, what was your favorite trade deadline move? It could be for fantasy or for real football. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, this one's for real football. I think Logan Wilson to the Cowboys is my favorite trade that was made because with Quinnen Williams and Demarion Overshown coming back, we're starting to see Easy have some playing time. We got Kenny Clark in there. I think this defense is going to be pretty legit starting up after their bye week. So pretty pumped about that.
Okay. So what you're saying is you think Logan Wilson was already on a good defense and joined this defense, and now it's going to make it better.
No, I think Logan Wilson's a hell of a lot better than Jack Sanborn or Kenneth Murray or whoever the hell else the Cowboys were running out that line.
Sanborn did go on IR, so that's good. Okay, fair enough. Josh, who was your favorite?
My favorite trade was just all around the Sauce Gardner trade. The Jets recouping 2 first-round picks, being able to rebuild, and with that Quinnen Williams, as per mentioned. But the Colts going all in with Daniel Jones as their quarterback is probably by far the most crazy thing that happened at the trade deadline. Just seeing like, hey, man, we got Daniel Jones. We got it. This is it. So if this doesn't work, this is going to be really bad for them. 2 firsts is going to be hard to replace that kind of talent. But at the end of the day, you can't fault them because this is probably the best they're going to be in 2 years as well. So hopefully it doesn't bite them in the ass at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, wild to see, and good for Sauce going from literally one of the worst team in the NFL to the best. So good for him.
Yeah. Jets now have 5 picks in the next 2 years, which I think if one team could screw that up, it would be the Jets or the Browns. So that'll be fun to watch and see exactly what they do. Although I think the Browns actually nailed their first round this year in the draft. Maybe the rest of them didn't work out with the quarterback nonsense, but trading down and letting Travis Hunter get taken it's worked out in their favor a little bit. My favorite was actually Rashid Shaheed. I think that the Seahawks were missing a really dynamic number 2. And I think, although we don't know exactly what Rashid Shaheed could be if he was in, that kind of a role, because Saints are just in a wacky spot right now. He was getting some good he's getting targets, not necessarily good ones. And I've seen a lot of people saying that they're like disappointed in his landing spot because of the quarterback. And I'm like, are you paying attention to the Seattle Seahawks this year? Like that is a good quarterback. Like I know Sam Darnold scares a lot of people because of what's happened in the past, but JSN's like the number 1 wide receiver you'd want to have right now. And Rashid Shaheed's only going to help that cause more and probably make a reliable number 2 for that team. So kind of happy for that move.
I don't know if it really makes a reliable number 2 as more it just stretches the field, which is something that they're completely lacking right now. Like now Shaheed could actually go out there and get 5 to 6 targets a game, which would be great and actually be able to do that. But even if he just catches one catch, maybe 2 catches for 50 yards, like that's a field goal at the end of the day. Like one big deep ball, like that's at least 3 points. Like, and that can be the game changer for them. They're already doing so well just with the one guy essentially, and then Horton or Cup, whichever one, Barner even here and there. But yeah, I agree. There's definitely a missing piece here, and that was smart of them to go after it, especially since they're also making a run, and they didn't have to give up 2 first-round picks to do it, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think you're both right. It opens up the field a lot for this team. I mean, they have to throw the ball more for him to be super relevant, but he was getting it done with the trash in New Orleans. So with Seattle, they're a good passing offense. Should be better for him. Brighter days.
He's a fun player to watch, man. So
yeah, I definitely don't know if his fantasy value like skyrocketed, but I think the floor is better than it was, or maybe the ceiling is better than it was. But you all know what I'm saying.
I think both. I think
rising tide lifts all boats, dude. It's good.
That's also true.
It's deep, man.
Okay, well, let's flip the calendar to week 10. By now, you're probably either there's 3 modes of fantasy football right now. There's the cruising people that are like ready, almost ready for the playoffs, just making a move here and there and just to kind of solidify how their championship run's going to go. There's the people that are done with fantasy football. See you next year. I mean, I respect it. DFS is still out there to play. That's still fun. And then there's the middling group, which I feel like I'm in quite a few leagues where I'm in this middling group that's fighting for that last playoff spot. So this kind of a week is exactly a week that we need to be paying attention to, because this is a make or break for a lot. I told Josh earlier, which a team will get to, it's a do or die week, and this player wants me to die. So that's exactly the kind of thing that we're going to try to avoid this week. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The Thursday night football game, division game, the Las Vegas Raiders, the new look Las Vegas Raiders after the Jacoby Myers trade, versus the Denver Broncos. Joe, what are you expecting out of the Raiders this week with a Jacoby Myers-less wide receiver core?
Man, it's tough to project. It's just going to be Genty and Bowers. He missed last week, and we saw Michael Mayer get like 95% of the snaps. So they just ran 2 tight end sets. Jack Beck really didn't even play, and we're still seeing what Tyler Lockett looks like in this offense. So I don't know, man. I would love for them to just throw the ball to Trey Tucker, but I say that every year. So it's probably just going to be a whole lot of Bowers and a whole lot of Genty is what I'm projecting.
Yeah, I'm curious to know like who steps up, right? Like, I mean, it could just be Mayer and be the second tight end, or maybe it's Beck too, or Deontay Thornton. I mean, there's options here, and I think if you're in deep leagues, I think this is great stashability. Like, I mean, I know these teams are bad, but these are the trash time points of the players that you get. Like, this is Jack Beck could be something. I'm not saying he's going to be. I'm not saying starting this week, but I'm saying maybe stash if you can. So we'll see.
Lockett's probably where I'm leaning, but I don't know.
I gotta see it though too.
He got 1 target in the last game, and it was on that garbage 2-point conversion where we're not going for the tie in overtime, yada yada. Like, that was like the only target, but maybe this is exactly what he kind of needed. You move Jacoby Myers out and you put Tyler Lockett in. Maybe that's what we're going with here. But you can't play him this week, obviously, but
no.
Hopefully this week will give you enough confidence to where you can maybe stash him on your bench and have him going forward. But, man, this team is really treading water with maybe not having anybody other than Bowers be relevant, because Genty even, still, he is having the toughest time in the world getting going in some of these games, because it's just not in the game script for him to be a part of it, and that's just really tough.
I mean, are we going to see a more consistent Trey Tucker? I mean, is that possible? Like, we've seen 8 and 9 targets for him before. I mean, and he's had targets, pretty decent target share the entire year already. Like, can we get an actual full workload, or is he just too little all around?
I don't know. I'd love to see it. I mean, we saw Dante Thornton get a bunch of snaps the first game that Jacoby Myers missed this year, but he didn't really do anything with it. So that's a guy to monitor. Just let it be Trey Tucker, please.
I don't know who it's going to be. I'm terrified. But at the end of the day, if you can get one on your team, I think this is the time. Let's see what happens. And hopefully you get the right lottery ticket.
Yeah. And then on the opposite side of the football, we got the Denver Broncos. This offense is very wishy-washy week to week. It's just the nature of the game. J.K. Dobbins, I like him a lot, but Harvey is coming on. I still think J.K. Dobbins is obviously the one on this team because he's getting most of the rushing work, but that pass down work for the Broncos seems to be quite a bit. Like it's kind of funny. It feels like J.K. Dobbins and Harvey are actually two parts of Alvin Kamara, and Sean Payton is just, it's like he split him apart into two different players, and that's kind of how they're using him. But look, they're both being effective. So, I mean, both starts the rest of the season. It's really the wide receiver core that we have the most questions and marks about right now.
Can you play Harvey right now? Like, not in a bye week scenario where you're like in a crunch and you have to. Like, would you start Harvey over like players in his similar situation?
It's so tough because I think I probably would consider him a flex play. Like, he's good for like one play that could lead to a touchdown.
I mean, those touchdowns are definitely saving his ass right now.
5 touchdowns the last 3 games. It's saving you. I have to start him in a league because my whole team is just, squashed at this point. And he's gotten it done for me, but I don't feel comfortable doing it. I would advise not starting him if you have any other options, but if you have to.
I mean, it's not even like he's going to sweep up trash time carries either. Like, they're not even doing that with him. So, like, that's what worries me is, like, if you don't get that touchdown, you're kind of bust for Harvey. So,
yeah. So, I mean, the other question is obviously the wide receiver core. Cortland Sutton caught that 130-yard touchdown last week. That kind of saved the Cortland Sutton managers there. But Troy Franklin seems to be the one coming on with the large target share week to week. He's not making all the plays necessary to be like a number one on your team, but I think like if you need a flex player, I don't hate it. I don't hate using him in that capacity, especially because you probably picked him up off waivers. You're probably thinking either you have an injury or he's somebody else. But it's also scary in these Thursday night games where it's like you don't know if like Garrett Wilson, for example, is playing for sure. And it's like I think I'm just going to have to stick Troy Franklin in there and hope for the best. And if he gets 4 catches for 20 yards like he did last week, that might not be the best utilization,
Yeah, but he is getting the target share. 10 targets twice in the last 3 weeks. I mean, and the touchdowns coming along with it. Like the 3 for 19 on 10 targets a couple weeks back is what scares me. Like, what is that? How do you even get only 19 yards on 10 targets? That is just wild.
Especially with Marvin Mims not playing last week. We really thought it was going to be wheels up, and it was not.
He's already ruled out for this week. So
Houston's secondary is one of the best in the leagues, just to give him a little caveat there. But at the end of the day, you got to be getting it done more than this because it was against the Giants secondary, and that's not good. The 3 for 19 on 10 targets. So I don't know. Interesting. I will say Ingram getting 0 points after finally turning his season around fantasy wise is really disappointing as well. Fortunately, I kind of gave up on Ingram a long time ago. Sadly, I was really excited about him going to the Broncos, but what are you gonna do? I think this is just going to be a spread around team at the end of the day. Bo Nix is going to throw to whoever he can.
It's another National Donut Day nominee for Evan Ingram.
Yep,
he is. It was a rough one, but I don't know. This is kind of how I projected the Denver Broncos offense to go, but whatever. Week to week.
They're 7-2, man. I don't know how your victory lap in this.
I mean, their offense isn't as good as I didn't think it was going to be good.
Isn't Bo Nix like QB2 on the year or something like that? QB5?
Maybe.
Not very good, huh?
Is there a wide receiver? Is there a wide receiver that you want to tout his place?
Cortland Sutton, I think, still a wide receiver 14.
Yeah, it's all right. Not as good.
Sure, man.
Give me some Pat Bryant, dude. I need to see that.
It's coming.
It's kind of wild that like they finally get Troy Franklin involved after a year.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's Bo Nix. Broncos win this game. We don't need to talk about this. This game is such garbage. We don't need to talk about it that much longer.
Yeah, Broncos win.
Okay. All right. We're going back across the pond to Berlin. Germany.
Doing this game, huh?
Germany game. And I don't know what they have against England, the NFL, but they actually gave Germany a heck of a game. It's the Falcons versus the Colts.
To be fair, at the time, I don't think they were giving him a good game. They were like, Colts are bad. Throw them over there.
Fair enough. But this has actually turned into a pretty darn good game. I'm actually excited for this one quite a bit. The Colts are kind of fire on all cylinders, right? Like they get out AD Mitchell. It takes another target away. So it's just really Downs, Pierce.
In fairness,
Pittman.
they weren't really using them.
I know, but like now there's no way they're going another direction. So it's the three guys. And I mean, I think they're a fire on all cylinders team for the rest of the season, even though Atlanta does present a decent matchup for them.
I was shocked.
Atlanta's
that
defense
Downs,
has been good.
It has been good.
Yeah, I was shocked that Downs and Pittman ended up with decent fantasy points after it looked like it was only Alec Pierce for a long time there. And I mean, the 13 targets does say so. But yeah, no, I mean, literally all good to go here. I think Warren had a bad game, but I mean, what are you going to do? Like, down game, I should say. It wasn't really necessarily bad, but no, fire them all up, man. I think Daniel Jones being a any day starter is just wild, though. I don't feel comfortable.
Josh Downs is really coming along too. He's absolutely someone you should be getting in your lineup if you have a flex issue where you need someone. It's cool. Now Pittman did miss practice today, but I think it was just a rest day, so monitor it, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, these Wednesdays are.
Can we get JT back?
Fear mongering.
I need those 3 touchdown games, man.
Oh yeah, JT did have a down week last week, but Pittsburgh made that their goal was to just take JT away, and it kind of worked for a while.
Yeah.
They made Daniel Jones do Daniel Jones things. Although he threw 50 times, which is pretty awesome, but
he really only threw to those 4 guys too. Like we named everyone he threw to pretty much.
That's good.
Like
that's why I'm saying it's a fire on all
I think I'm
cylinders.
crazy, man. I think I'm crazy. I cannot start Alec Pierce anywhere. I don't have him anywhere. No. If I did, I couldn't start him. I know he's been getting it done, and I'm not giving this advice to our listeners to not start him if you have him. It's just I don't believe it's happening still, even though I've seen it for a year now.
I mean, the craziest thing is he has literally 1 catch, 2 catches, 3 different times, and 36 yards, 46 yards, 69 yards on those 1 or 2 catches, which is just wild. So
yeah. And then gets 13 targets last week. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, very strange. And then flipping over to the Falcons side, I mean, we say the same thing every week. It's the same 3 guys. It's Bijan, Drake London, and Pitts. If tight ends getting thinner by the week, it feels like with Kraft going out too.
So just want to caveat this to obviously the people you're talking about for sure. What happened to Mooney? Played 100% of the snaps last week. 2 targets, nothing.
He's not getting targeted, man.
Penix likes his one guy. Like I don't know why teams haven't just been like, all right, we have to make Drake London not catch the ball and we win the game. Which I mean, the Patriots did win the game anyway, even with Drake London getting a hat trick. But you just stop Drake London and you win the game. It's pretty easy. This offense is so simple. I don't know how they're
quite
still
literally one-dimensional
getting things done. Yeah. Well, I mean, they have a decent run game too sometimes. But
I meant one-dimensional as in
one-dimensional as in there's only 2 people. Yeah. It's Bijan or Drake London. That's it. And Pitts actually doing decent. This team's pretty.
Because it's so one-dimensional, though, you have to make sure Tyler Algier is, if he's available, pick him up. Not saying anything, but
I thought you were about to say maybe start him, and I was like, Joe, come on, man.
No, if they're clear favorites in a game, he actually gets pretty good workload, but this is not one of those games where you can project that because the Falcons tend to just muddy the waters with whoever the hell they're playing. It's one of those things, but he has to be rostered because if something were to happen to Bijan, he is getting all of the work, and that's just how this offense works. So,
yeah. Hey, to be fair, this is exactly what we've been saying for the last 2 years, 3 years. Like, just give Pitts, London, and Bijan the ball, and it's finally happening. So, I mean, at least we're finally here.
It was always that simple, and they could never get there. So strange.
They look pretty good doing it most of the time.
Yeah, but Colts win this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna take the underdogs. I'm gonna go Falcons.
All right, nice. I mean, these weird neutral site games in other countries, anything can happen.
I also think this is the 2nd or 3rd best team that the Colts have played this year, so they could lose this game.
Well, that's also true. Colts played the Steelers, and then they didn't get exposed, but it kind of did feel like, all right, now we're facing a team that isn't as good. All right, let's move on to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's the Buffalo Bills playing the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to pay off a fireball shot. I said that the Chiefs were going to defeat the Buffalo Bills. And, I mean, let's be honest. The Bills are just always going to beat them in the regular season, and the Chiefs are always going to beat them in the postseason. And apparently it's never, ever going to go the other way. We'll see what happens in the postseason this season. However, it just feels like it's never going to go the opposite direction. So for that, I'm taking a shot. So
I said the exact same thing last week. That's why I was like, this just feels right. You really thought KC would win?
It's never going to go a different direction. Yeah, KC was looking good, and then they get in that game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can't win these. We don't win this one."
Yeah, we're not allowed because then we beat them in the playoffs, and that's fine. And poor Bills fans, man, because they got to watch that game, and they were just like, "This is amazing," and then they're going to have to watch it again in the playoffs, and it's still going to be an amazing game. It's just probably going to go the other way, unfortunately.
Probably.
Anyway, can we just
kind of like the Atlanta Falcons? The Buffalo Bills are kind of the same thing. You got James Cook, you got Khalil Shakir, who's going to get you 10 points a game, and then you got Dalton Kincaid, who has been pretty iffy, but they did not bring another wide receiver in. We thought maybe they'd look at a wide receiver. They did not. So I think.
Can I give a PSA out? Can I give a PSA out? I know that this probably wasn't in a ton of waiver wire articles, but definitely if you have James Cook, go pick up Ray Davis or Ty Johnson. Because I don't know. It always feels funky when we didn't know there was an injury, and then it all of a sudden comes out of nowhere to pop up there's an ankle foot injury on the injury report on a Wednesday. Not saying you're going to need them. Just saying if you have them, you might need a contingency plan. So you probably need to get one of those fellas on your team.
It's probably rest because he's had such a huge workload, but
it could be. I'm just being abundant.
I agree with you. Josh, are you gonna say something?
I think Josh.
I was just.
Oh,
no, I'm alive. I was just gonna say
okay.
It's probably Ray Davis at the end of the day. I feel like the Ty Johnson thing.
Probably.
I feel like that's just.
He gets the receiving work a lot.
That's a lot of receiving work.
Ty Johnson problem.
Which is funny because at Kentucky, Ray Davis was a hell of a wide receiver or a receiver.
I know.
Receiving back? God, I can't talk.
His biggest moments in the NFL, too, it feels like it's always like a weird 59-yard pass to Ray Davis out of the backfield. Like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
For sure. As far as the Dolphins go, I mean, it's just a lost season. I'm kind of curious how far they let these guys roll out.
I mean, at what point do we just bench Tua? Like, it's not working.
It's definitely
a question.
The
Quinn Ewers was horrible.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest issue of them all. I don't know. They just need to be looking forward to next year, and they just need to not get anybody else hurt, like Tyreek.
Did anyone else love the Greg Dulcich breakout? Pretty awesome.
It was awesome to see because we've been hoping for it since the Bronco days, but it's just like
the new Darren Waller.
I don't know, but we didn't trust Darren Waller either at first, and that happened.
It's kind of wild how Dulcich just completely fell off a map after his rookie season too. So it's good to see him just back in the league doing something. Always been a fan. Great fill-in for tight end.
Who was the guy that got the eye injury that was on the Giants that we had really high hopes for?
Bellinger. He's still playing.
Yeah,
just kind of not the lead anymore after Theo Johnson kind of took over. So
sad times.
Really is.
Sad times.
Yeah. Anyway, Dolphins lose.
Yep. Buffalo Bills all the way.
This is Bills.
Okay. Moving on to the New England Patriots playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Actually, a low-key, really fun game that I would not have imagined before the season. The Patriots really haven't played anybody good, and Tampa Bay is still beaten up. So let's just start with the Buccaneers because it's the weirder one. Chris Godwin's not coming back, it doesn't look like. And Bucky Irving, they're kind of hinting at the fact that he's probably not going to be back either, but I can't. Like I said earlier, there's a do or die player. It's Bucky Irving. I need him this week. We've been waiting. They said they weren't going to play him until after the bye because they didn't want to they didn't want to rush him back. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with this team. And I don't know what to do with Bucky. I don't know at this point. And I wish we had more clarity, but it seems like the injury is going to take another week out of him.
Yeah.
It's kind of Joe Mixon-esque.
It feels that way a little bit.
Not a great start to the week on Wednesday, hearing Bucky's not practicing or they're not sure that he's going to play. And it's just like, are you kidding me? It's been 4 weeks. I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, like, Bucky's got to play eventually, right? Like,
what I hate about the Buccaneers, and I think that there should be some kind of fine levied, and this is a fantasy problem in general, but it's put them on IR. If they're for sure going to be out 4 weeks, put them on IR. Open up the roster spot, add somebody to the team that is actually going to play within the next month. This should not be a thing like what they're doing with like Chris Godwin. They're like, well, Chris Godwin's not going to play until week 6, but we're not putting him on IR just in case. It's like, what? This just doesn't seem right. I don't know.
Yeah, was Bucky ever on IR?
No.
So weird.
Nope. And then with Emeka Egbuka, he's clearly, I mean, he had the injury. He was rolling. He has the injury. They said he might go on IR. He didn't go on IR. And then he played, and I don't know if it's the double coverage or what's going on, if it's the injury, but he just fell off a cliff. So do you feel comfortable starting Emeka Egbuka like you used to?
I think you have to. You have to.
You have to.
No, I'm saying I think you have to hope that he regains this what he had at the beginning of the year. Because even when Mike Evans was out there or Godwin was out there, I mean, I really only played like one game. Like even when he was playing out there with these guys, he was still killing it. And it wasn't just the touchdowns; it was 100+ yards in a couple games. Like you think that this would be recaptured, especially with the heavy targets. But yeah, no, I think you're right. He's definitely been playing through an injury. Hopefully, he's had good rest as well throughout this bye week, much needed bye weok for this team.
The Bucs as a whole needed this past bye week. Like the whole team seemed injured. They beat the Saints. Nobody looked good on the team during that time when they beat the Saints. And so hopefully we're going to see a rejuvenated Bucs team going into this week. On the Patriots side, Kayshon Bouttie's probably definitely out. I'm going to go with definitely out this week. It's seeming so. So in his stead, Pop Douglas really did a lot of good work. 4 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. We'll take that every day of the week.
Did you call him Pop Douglas?
Yeah, it's his nickname. Pop.
Okay, sorry, didn't know that.
Yeah. Trayvon Henderson got the lion's share of the workload, but Terrell Jennings was involved too and had the goal line work. I don't know what to do with Trayvon Henderson at this point. Do you guys feel confident starting him at all? I mean, Ramondre might be back. That's the other elephant in the room.
If Ramondre's not playing, yes.
He did not.
Yeah, if Ramondre's playing, I'm not even touching Trayvon at this point. If Ramondre's out, yeah, but you just need to lower your expectations.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
And then Stephon Diggs. Do we feel good about him being a flex player, or would you rather go in a different direction?
I mean, he gives you a lot of upside as a flex play, but he has the opportunity to not give you anything.
Diggs or Pierce?
That's a really good one. Diggs, probably, especially with Butte out.
I think I picked Pierce. You at least know you're getting more than 30 yards.
Right, I profess my weird obsession with not believing in this Alec Pierce thing. He's kind of like an apparition that's just out there that I don't believe in.
How about Diggs or Troy Franklin?
Diggs, 100%.
I'd probably go Diggs on that one.
Okay.
I
just feel like those are comparable players. People are probably thinking about those two. Maybe which one.
I just feel like this Patriots offense has turned into like the Josh Allen receiving core. It could be any one of them at any time. I'm not like stoked about overly
sadly
stoked about one. Yeah.
Although Boutte not being there does eliminate one option. So it does make it a little less whack-a-mole because there's one less mole to whack. So that is interesting to go. Yeah, I think the Buccaneers win this game. I think they bounce back after a bye week.
Patriots out of this one.
Yeah, sorry. 100%. Patriots win.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, shoot. Need to get to my sheet. Next game on the list, the worst possible game you could put on a field right now. That is the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets. The Jets just shredded their defense. Not that it was already not shredded, and they benched Quincy Williams. I don't know if y'all saw that also in the news, was that Quincy Williams, the linebacker, they trade his brother and tell him that he's no longer a starter. So Good job, guys. Good job, Jets. Thank you for
Jets.
making it happen. Look, what do we need to say about the Jets? Breece Hall's there, and he's depressed because he has to play on this stupid football team. Mason Taylor, I don't know if it's ever going to be like a dominant performance, but sure. The Browns are probably not the team you want to play against in that department. But, I mean, do you all have any Jets feelings, hopes, prayers? What are your feelings on the Jets right now?
I'm kind of excited.
Okay.
You're excited?
Okay.
I'm excited, man, because look what Cincinnati does, right? Their defense sucks. Look at the Cowboys. Their defense sucks. And the offense has to play football, and they can't just run the ball. And Fields gets Garrett Wilson back, and A.D. Mitchell is a huge improvement over Josh Reynolds. I'm sorry. And you got Mechie there, which is good. I'm not like overly excited about the other receivers outside of Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall, but I think this offense is going to have to continuously play similar to what we saw where they put Fields on the hot seat and then he put up 42 points. I think we're going to see a lot more of that now that they shredded this defense.
But against the Browns defense?
That is a take there.
You can throw on the Browns. I'm just saying for the future of the rest of the season, I like having Jets. I like having Garrett Wilson on my team.
I thought we were talking about for this matchup specifically. I'm worried about all Jets in this matchup. Maybe Garrett Wilson has the best day if he's fully healthy. Breece, I don't think you're getting that 30-point performance this week, guys. I just want to go ahead and put it out there. The one good news is hopefully we get more passing game work, and hopefully he can find a hole or two. But I'm worried about the run game. Cleveland is stout against the run, so.
Yeah. I'm genuinely shocked they didn't trade Breece Hall. There had to have been a team out there that was willing to pay a third. I just hard to believe that
the value of running backs is just so wild to me. A third round running back or third round pick for a running back of this caliber who you drafted in the first round.
Agreed. It just, I don't know, kind of wild. Yeah, and on the Brown side of the ball, Dylan Gabriel sucks. I mean, that's just the way of the road. Looks like Cedric Tillman's maybe coming back this week or next week. I know he got designated to return to practice. And then Quinshawn is still questionable. Should people pick up Dylan Sampson? Should they just roll with it if they have Judkins? What are you guys projecting there? I mean, we don't know for sure that Quinshawn's playing yet or not.
He practiced in full today. They did. That might have been an open practice thing. Yeah, so he should be back. Yeah, you want to start him in this matchup. I know he's had a couple down weeks. I understand you probably didn't pay a lot for him, so you probably have some other options, but I think Quinshawn's in everyone's lineup this week.
Nice. Sleeper, remove his cue, please. Thank you.
Quinshawn to the moon. No one else. Dylan Gabriel doesn't throw the ball more than 5 yards downfield every time.
Yeah, man.
This fan and Njoku thing is rough.
Go ahead and drop Jerry Jeudy if you haven't already.
Do we see Shedeur?
Yeah.
No.
I wish. This is the day that he should be, this is when he should be back and starting. I think we should finally get to see him this week.
You'd think.
But
you'd think this team
I don't think they're going to, but I think they should.
Should.
Jets win.
Yeah, I think so. Sadly, this is a gross game. This is the two worst.
We all lose for this being the. It is in the 12 o'clock slate. Mind them.
Should be hidden.
Do you think Myles Garrett could do back-to-back 5-sack weeks? Because this is the time to do it.
I don't know if he can do it against Fields, though.
Fields is too slippery.
He holds on to the ball for a long time.
He'll get sacked. He'll get sacked, but 5 times seems a bit aggressive.
That'd be cool.
We'll see.
Browns win.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got the Jets.
Upset. Well, I don't even know if that's an upset. I have no clue who. I don't think it's an upset. Either way, whoever wins. Actually, the fans of that team should be upset because they lose their draft pick. All right. On to the Baltimore Ravens versus the Minnesota Vikings, which is actually a sneaky good game. Guys, I can't make heads or tails of the Vikings. Like, J.J. McCarthy, every time I watch him, I'm like, this is not a good quarterback. But then they just win football games with him. So I don't know what to make of his ability in these games. I think the ceiling is capped on a lot of these players, but he still lets them eat. Other than Hawkinson, everyone else is still doing all right.
Can I just go ahead and put something out there? I seen him picked up in every single one of my leagues this week after his performance, which yes, he got some touchdowns. Man had like 200 total yards in that game. The only thing that I'm excited about JJ McCarthy for is in the playoffs, he has like the entirety of the NFC East that isn't the Eagles. So sure, great juicy matchups. I think he's going to disappoint in those games. And I think if that's what people are picking him up for, I'm like, when are you going to feel safe starting JJ McCarthy? I don't know when. Not even trying to be mean to the guy. I just don't know if he has it in him at this point. Like this, I'm scared because if you get 150 yards and 1 touchdown, or maybe 0 touchdowns, you're gonna lose your week. And this is like, these are make or break weeks. And his record or his schedule coming up doesn't look very great, honestly. This game, sure, but he's got some tough matchups ahead. So just be weary before you put JJ McCarthy in your lineup. If you feel strongly about it, please do. But not me, man.
Yeah, and he's not good for Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry. It's not good. The whole team takes a hit.
They do. Justin Jefferson still did. Justin Jefferson. I mean, it wasn't prime Justin Jefferson, but it was still a decent week last week. Got Hawkinson a touchdown. Addison on the long ball. So
you're not getting your normal Justin Jefferson days from JJ McCarthy, though. You got a couple with Wentz, but those were pretty soft matchups.
Yeah, definitely was. And on the Baltimore side of the ball, Joe, are you a little worried about Lamar Jackson after the Miami Dolphins fiasco on that Thursday night?
Yeah, I'm a little worried. I've been worried about Lamar Jackson since week 1 when I think he got hurt because he goes out and he puts up a ton of rushing yards against the Bills week 1. And then after that, just doesn't run the ball hardly at all. And if you drafted Lamar Jackson in that second or third round where he was going, you are dying for that rushing production and you're just not getting it. So is he going to be healthy? Is he healthy? Why would they just scheme out his running? Because this team needs to win games, and you win games when Lamar Jackson runs the football. I don't understand what's going on, but it's not good for fantasy football.
He did have one great run, but then he pretty much was done after that. I know it says he had 5 runs, but it was really like one actual, like he was like, I gotta get this first down run. And he did it. And I think it's going to be an as needed basis, at least for now, until that hamstring's fully healed. Like they clearly needed him to come back and at the right time. So will there be running? Probably in the future. But I mean, you're a little worried because he's not getting 4 touchdowns passing each game. So hopefully that running production does come back. But hopefully this is just more of an easing him back into the football action situation. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, it was a little game scripty against the Dolphins. Like the Dolphins weren't doing anything. So I don't think they necessarily did the whole playbook. Because also like pass catchers wise, probably not a great week. I mean, if you had Flowers, you probably are okay. But like the rest of them, you're like, oh, okay, well, Mark Andrews caught 2 touchdowns, but that was only 2 balls he caught. Were those 2?
I just want to go back to this. We straight killed this prediction last week, Billy.
We did.
Said Mark Andrews probably good to go, and you said, dude, weirdly Bateman, I'd start him, and they all got 3 of the 4 touchdowns. So.
Yep, Rashad Bateman's always good for one. He's either going to catch a really long pass, or he's going to score a touchdown to make it worth it. But yeah, that was a weird game against the Dolphins. So I think this one they're going to have to actually try a little harder. So we might actually see something, but. I don't know. It did make me a little weary of the Ravens offense, but we'll see what happens. They're playing the Vikings. Decent defense.
Yeah.
Ravens win.
Yeah, same.
Ravens win.
All right.
They're back.
A rare clean sweep from us.
The Vikings are guaranteed to win now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Well, dude, JJ McCarthy, watching the game even, you're like, how in the hell are they winning this game right now? I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense, but whatever. It happens. All right. On to Houston, Texas, where we are watching Jacksonville versus the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud is officially out. He is not playing, so it's going to be the Davis Mills show. It seemed like Nico actually still did all right with Davis Mills in there. Are you guys worried about the Texans? Well, I mean, I guess it's just Nico at this point. Maybe him or Schultz. What are you guys thinking about that?
No, I actually think did he not do the best he's done this year? I mean, outside of the one touchdown game or the touchdown game where he had 100 yards. I mean, it seemed like Mills got the memo. Throw it to Nico. So I'm not too worried about Nico. I don't think his value really takes a dip. More worried about the other side of the ball. Worried about what Jacksonville's going to do with those receivers, especially having a new one. Obviously, one more week of Parker Washington. Diami seems to probably be out, and Brian Thomas might be out. So with all three, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas, and Diami, you have to assume Parker Washington still has a role, even if Jacoby has a role as well. So, or not Jacoby. Yeah, Jacoby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jacoby.
Sorry, I love Jacoby moving forward, though. Not this week, but like projecting onwards, I think it's going to be killer. Because even if Hunter comes back, BTJ is banged up, and I think Jacoby has a spot immediately. And he's going to hold on to that. He's going to be at least the 2 on this team for the rest of the season. So it'd be good.
It's a stellar 3 if they're all healthy.
Could be. It's just a matter of whether their quarterback can actually make something happen or not, which is the biggest issue with this.
Ironically enough, we said this is Trevor Lawrence's, last chance to prove something here. I know it's really technically not, but in our eyes it is. They just went out and got another receiver for him. So at what point is it, hey man, it's on you to do these things, not everyone else. We're giving you.
Should have been before the contract, but
fair enough. But here we are.
Yeah, I think we're going to look back. I mean, we're not – who look back? We're already here. Like, we're going to think or going forward. Yeah, we're currently looking that, like, Dak Prescott, terrible contract. Tua, terrible contract. Trevor Lawrence, terrible contract. Maybe we don't just give out these $100 million contracts to these guys and just be like, yeah, they're going to make the team better if they're not already good. Like, that is the actual problem.
In the Cowboys' defense, at least Dak's brought him to the playoffs multiple times. Like, I know that obviously he hasn't gotten anywhere past that, but at least he's made it to the playoffs. Like Trevor Lawrence, what has he done? I mean, I guess they beat the Chargers
Justin
in that
Herbert in that
game.
one random game where they were down by like 40 points.
Freak game, got that contract. Tua threw to Tyreek Hill a bunch, and then therefore he's good. Like, just wild to me that these people are getting contracts like this. I understand, like, everyone wants to be the highest paid quarterback, but some of these guys need to be like, all right, I'll take like 5th highest, 7th highest. That's fine. Just take my millions of dollars that I'm getting. The pay discrepancy in quarterback to other positions is wild to me in general. So don't get me off my soapbox.
Yeah.
So back to Houston for just a second.
Okay.
Are we going to give Woody Marks another chance? Granted, it was against Denver last week. Tough matchup. He was pretty solid before that. I think we should give him a pass going forward.
I don't think there's a valuable running back at this team. I just think it's going to be a split, and I don't think you're getting at least consistency out of anyone. Even when Marks was doing good, as you've said, like he had 15 carries tops, like, or 15 touches, like that's not enough. Like
with the state of running back right now, it's not bad.
I just feel like I don't want to get that 2 on my team. I
don't know about you guys, but I'm getting ready for the playoffs in fantasy, and I'm looking at everyone's roster. Like, I need a running back in this league. Running back's shit right now, kind of across the board for most people. And then, we got lucky with Monagai. We'll see if Tracy ends up panning out. So we got a couple guys, but it's a dark time for running backs. So I wouldn't hate you if you threw Woody Marks in a flex spot this week.
I think it could work any week, given week to week, but it could also not work. I just feel like, to me, like, does it outweigh what else I have? What other options I have? That's what I want to know before I'm starting Woody Marks.
Yeah, I just give him a pass.
I will say,
he played some tough defenses.
I think Nick Chubb's not practicing this week, so if that's the case, maybe he gets the full workload, and that'd be good. But then who knows? Maybe we'll see Agumbale or Pierce or something. I don't know if they even have Pierce on their team anymore.
The ghost of Dameon Pierce.
Just not even playing him anymore. Get him off the team.
Haunts them, for sure. Houston wins. Davis Mills and them boys.
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I'm with you, Bill. I'll go Houston, but I want to go Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm a defense guy. All right, moving on to Joe's Bears, who inexplicably won that game against the Bengals. Joe's Bears versus the New York Giants. This is a fierce battle for mid.
Before we get to Before we
Giants
get to
just
this Mon guy conversation, I just want to go ahead and say I made a fireball bet off the air with Billy. Joe was asking for some start sits. He asked Kittle, Mon guy, who should I start? And there was like a list of 4 people, and Billy put Mon guy number 1, and I was like, Kittle number 1, Mon guy somewhere in there too, but like, no, calm down. Well, we ended up fireball betting about Kittle and Mon guy. I was wrong. Don't have any fireball because I forgot, but we'll crown apple, just classic. So Mon guy killed it, and also beat you with Mon guy, so that's even better.
Yeah, that's just the way of the road there. Joe, your Bears bursted for 47 points out of, well, I would say out of nowhere, but they were playing the Bengals. But no other teams put up 47 points against the Bengals. I'm just going to say that out loud. So
47 points at all this year, right?
I feel like, yeah. So, I mean, that must mean something. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, Caleb Williams was playing blah, blah, blah on easy mode, blah, blah, blah. No other team's done that. So that's all I want to say. I mean, any other team could have done that. What did you like that was working about your Bears? And has Rome Odunze been the problem the whole time?
Rome was a great blocker last week. He put a bunch of blocks out for Monagai. So I don't think Rome's the problem. Rome will get it back on track. The whole team looked good, and I got 3 words for you. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka is going to stop us from giving up 42 points every week. His defense is back on track now. We got CJ, GJ, and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. A lot of hyphens in that defense. It's going to be great.
I love that. Good hyphenated names. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And I don't even want to hear Billy's opinion because it's wrong. But Monangai, clearly good running back, 179 yards on the day. What and to quote Ben Johnson, he wants to give him a bunch of loads in the future. Many loads. And so now, what do we do? Like, I mean, obviously, like, if you have Swift already and you have Monangai, it's great, right? But like, if they both play, who do you start? Is Swift still the lead back for now, and we'll see what happens? Or like, are you starting Monangai in unison with Swift? Like, not on the same team, hopefully, but even in that sense, like, Joe, what is your immediate thoughts here?
Well, I mean, DeAndre Swift didn't do anything to lose his job, and Kyle Monangai did enough to gain some more work, and it was already kind of a 50-50 the last couple of weeks before Swift sat out, which he needed to do because they were managing that injury. So my whole thing about this is if DeAndre Swift went out and put up 170 on the Bengals, that's kind of what we thought was going to happen, right? The Bengals suck at defense. So maybe not 170 yards, but Kyle Monangai pretty much did what we thought Swift was going to do. Swift didn't lose his job. He was just injured. So I think we're just going to see a 50-50 split going forward, kind of like we have been. And Swift has been good with that workload. So I'm not panicking on either one, and I'm not overly excited about Kyle Monangai.
I guess I'm most curious about who's going to be the pass catching back. Is there going to be a specific pass catching down workhorse, or is it going to just be just a true split, like whoever's out there for that drive? That'll be interesting to watch. So I think it's and it is the Giants this week. So I don't want to say downgrade the running backs, but at the end of the day, like, don't expect 176 yards performances. Could happen, but not as likely.
This game is going to be so sloppy.
It is. Anyway, on the Giants side, is there?
I have one more question about the Bears. Not for the maybe the rest of the season, but for right now. And I'm sure a bunch of people pick these two up off of waivers or potentially just free agency in general. But Loveland and Zacchaeus, of those two, which one would you trust more if you needed to start them this week?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah,
weirdly has a role in this roster.
I just was like wondering, like, okay, Rome Odunze didn't get any catches. He got 3 targets, but that wasn't really that much. Where did those targets go? I think they went to Loveland. As weird as that sounds, I think it was a Loveland matchup thing. And I think those targets, like, if you start Loveland now and you're like, well, he just had this massive pop game, I don't know if you're going to be happy with that decision this week. I just really don't.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Loveland got 7 targets. Zacchaeus got 8. Zacchaeus has out-targeted DJ Moore this year. It's like a really weird. It's not going to be flashy. If he scores you a touchdown, you're absolutely excited about it. But until we see more out of Colson Loveland, I would not trust that at all.
DJ Moore, by the way, now has 1 receiving touchdown on the entire season. He has a rushing touchdown and also a passing touchdown. Can this dude just play normal football, please? Like, what are we? Why can't he just do normal things and catch touchdowns? They always have to do some goofy shit with him, and it works fine. But like, just play football, normal football, catch touchdowns, please.
He got you that rushing yard prop last week.
He did.
The benefit to Loveland, though, is if Kmet doesn't make it out of this concussion protocol, which is seemingly possible, I think he is startable this week at the very least, just because that tight end position is niche. Don't know how well it'll go. Hopefully good. Hopefully he sticks with 6 or 7 targets for the rest of the year, honestly. But at the end of the day, they're not even using Kmet at this point. So should be good to go this week with Kmet out. But yeah, in the future, maybe be hesitant on starting Loveland.
Tight ends have been pretty solid. Well, outside of Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert is eating the Giants alive at tight end, but they've been pretty good against tight ends this year.
Yeah. On the Giants side, is there anyone at all that you guys want to start, like outside of Dart?
I go with Tracy.
Wandale. I'll go Wandale.
Okay.
I like Wandale's target share through the season. Of what? Wandale versus Tracy?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to.
I'll do that.
I don't want to be in on that one.
You good with that?
I was starting Tracy, but it's because I have to.
Tracy versus Wandale. We can do that.
Write it down.
I'm writing it.
I just feel left out on these fireball bets, guys.
You did miss out because you skipped the pod last week, so that's probably why. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Giants beat the Bears.
Yeah.
I want the Bears to win. I like the Bears.
I actually go with the Bears too. I just want to mess
I'm
with you.
Big Bears guy. All right, last game that they're hiding in the noon window is the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are going to probably be making a run at a playoff spot, and I just don't know what to do with that information. I know they're playing a shit schedule, so I know that's the reason, but it's still surprising because week after week, you never see him on red zone. Whenever you check into the game, you're like, okay, I guess.
You see Rico Dowdle.
Okay, Rico Dowdle, sure. But other than that, there's really nothing else going on in the football team. Just saying.
Yeah, 100%. Rico Dowdle's the truth. Should have been starting this whole time. I can't believe he's literally a running back 1 with like 3 starts. My apologies. Tet's been surprisingly just consistent all year. Like there's no breakout games. We've had, that 2 touchdown performance was cool, but like even with that, he came 30 yards. So had his 100 yards, no touchdown. So these 11, 16s, it's great. It's a great wide receiver 2, maybe flex spot, depending on what you're after. But after that, you're not starting anyone else on this team. Bryce Young in a pinch and super flex, but I don't think you're feeling good about it.
This is the Tet McMillan breakout game.
Okay. You doing what I did with Saquon? It didn't work. So you have to stop.
I'm calling it right now. This is me.
Okay. And for the Saints, is there anyone left over that's worth starting? Olave, obviously.
Olave's having a solid season so far.
So tell me about Shuck.
He's terrible. And it's one of those things where it's so obvious that I don't even know how he made it this far without I've never thought more that I could potentially be a scout on an NFL team than like this happening with the Saints, where I'm just like, guys, how did nobody in the room say we cannot waste a 2nd round draft pick on this kid? Like we wasted that pick. It is never going to work out.
I didn't realize he was a 2nd rounder.
Here we are. Yeah, exactly, Josh. Exactly. Spencer Rattler was a 5th rounder. And even then we were like, okay, well, maybe he could get exactly. But it was like, okay, maybe he could eventually work his way into being good at some point with some development. They took Shuck like he was probably going to start, actually be a starter. And it's like, no. This guy backed up Justin Herbert in college. No, he is not going to be good at football? No.
And he's 26 years old as a rookie too. So that should tell you at least something. Any other, I mean, Kamara had a bad game, but I mean, it's Kamara. You probably are going to end up playing him if he's playing. If he's out though, Neal, interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'm starting him, but like, I'd be curious about it.
It'd be tough to just start him, but I mean, that's kind of where we are at running back. It would be interesting. We liked him a lot coming out of Kansas. So it could be.
I was a
cool.
big fan of Neal. I thought he was going to be the guy, and then Kendrick kind of was that guy, and then he got injured. So, kind of next man up mentality. I mean, Saints can run the ball, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
Who takes Rashid Shaheed's spot? I mean, Juwan Johnson's a wide receiver too, but is there any love for like a Vele or Cooks or?
I've seen people picking up Vele, and I didn't. No, absolutely not.
No.
Cooks is good for 4 targets a game. It's fine, but I don't think there's anyone replaces it. I think it's just more Olave. It's just a true Olave wide receiver 1 situation, in my opinion.
I do like how Juwan Johnson was usable with Shuck, though. I mean, it's at least something we need.
All right, can we stop talking about this game? Carolina wins.
I was about to say Saints suck. Carolina wins, and Carolina's going to be like 7-1 now, or 6-4 now.
I feel like these games are interesting just to think about what else is in there, you know. But yeah, let's get over it.
Yep, I'm glad they're hiding that one in the noon window. Good luck with the noon window. It's a rough one this week, but got Pats Bucks. That'll be fun. All right. First game in the afternoon slate is the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. Look, the NFC West is a dogfight right now. These games are not going to be easy to win. I love that San Francisco, even though they don't have Brock Purdy, by the way, another contract where they wasted a lot of money. San Francisco is still hanging on with Mac Jones.
Calm down. Purdy's injured.
What? Yeah, and Mac Jones is doing just fine with what why did they need Purdy?
Okay. Gotcha.
Why do they need Purdy?
Because Purdy's done better when playing.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, would they be any better if they had Purdy in there?
Yes.
Okay. They're 6-3. I don't
Mac
like
Jones
bad.
filled in as a backup quarterback like he is. He's a backup quarterback. Let's calm down about Mac Jones.
Well, Raiders starter next season. The Rams are going to have Puka back fully healthy this week, it looks like. I don't know how this man – he's the newest cyborg that's entered the league. He just doesn't matter what happens to him. He's still going to be out there the next week. Him, Devontae, Kyron. I like all the Rams. I think they've got some good players. Corum is the one I'm most interested in with the Rams. What are the vibes with Corum and Kyron right now?
I feel like it's still Kyron's game, right? Like Corum had that one drive where it seemed like it was only him for a little bit. And I think it was also just to waste out some clock. So Corum's definitely going to have a role, but I think it's still Kyron's ballgame. It's just no longer are we going to get Kyron running for 26 carries a game. Like you're going to get 18, 19, 20, something like that, which is probably a good thing for Kyron longevity.
Oh, definitely. But that's the second game in a row we've seen Corum get over 10 rushes. So it's definitely a trend at this point. But I mean, the interesting thing is it was early in the game that he was running the football too. It wasn't like ending out the clock too much. So
yeah, but
again, I don't think you're starting Corum. Pick him up.
The game was against the Saints, though, at the end of the day. Like they knew what was going on. I don't think he gets as many carries this game, and there's like no work in the passing game. I don't think this is the game to play him. 49ers are also a little stout against the run. This is gonna be a really good game, honestly.
I agree.
Really
I mean, the last time they played, this was like an epic Thursday night football game. That one, Mac Jones, that was the Kendrick Bourne 142-yard football game. Don't know if we're going to recreate that one for the San Francisco 49ers, but it'll be interesting at the very least to see what happens between Kittle. McCaffrey's back on his usual McCaffrey stuff. But other than that, it's kind of interesting to see what this wide receiver core will look like. I mean, Kendrick Bourne hasn't been bad this season.
No. I mean, it's just I just don't know when to play him. That's the problem for me.
This
would seem like the game because they're going to need him, right? But they also just have like a Christian McCaffrey game where they just give him the ball like 20 times, 30 times, and they're like, yeah, that's our offense. So
they really need Pearsall to be back.
Yeah, they need a wide receiver. Jennings actually was fine last week, but it's definitely lacking an actual receiver.
Yeah. There was I think there's a chance that Pearsall plays this week, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. If he does,
3 weeks.
You can start him. I don't feel great about starting any of these wide receivers, though.
Yeah. By the way, just friendly reminder out there. Well, that's not even a reminder. I don't think Ayuk's coming back in time to be relevant this season. They had a chance to open his practice window Monday, and they were like a firm no, which is like, I don't even think that means he's going to start like practicing next week even. Like that seems like that's going to be a while. And probably not relevant for fantasy by the time he comes back. But maybe if you're planning to make a deep playoff run, I don't even know if you'd trust him then, though.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan said he's pretty confident that he'll play this year at some point this season. There's a lot of just maybes in there.
It's hard to
week 18.
Hard to believe.
He's going to get 6 snaps. And then
he played this.
Then they're going to cut him.
Technically wouldn't have lied if he said that.
We're going to talk about a wasted contract. There we go.
For sure. Rams get revenge. Rams win.
Rams.
Yeah, I think the Rams win too.
All right. On to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Los Angeles Chargers. The Kamani Vidal thing. I think we should talk about it. Josh, what are your vibes with Kamani Vidal thinking that you're going to have to probably play him this week, but after last week, that feels hard?
Oh, well, he's done it now where he's had big game, bad game, big game, bad game. So, seeing Herbert go out there and throw for however many he's throwing for each game is definitely not great at the end of the day, but you'd think Vidal would do something. Tennessee used to be good against the run, but this year they have not been. And so Vidal, you would assume would have went off, but having his hit or miss games, one on the other, 1 week, big week, 1 week, bad week, back on the train of good week, but they're playing the Steelers, so who are very stout against the run. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving this Vidal thing. I don't think Hampton could get back soon enough at this point. It was fun. It's a fun experiment. It'll probably work out. He'll probably end up doing fine, but like you're definitely hesitant because these are losses you're getting now because of these 2-point performances, 5-point performances. So just if you have to put him in, hope for the best. But I think if you can find another option, please do.
Do you think the Steelers are going to focus on Vidal though, like they did? They did with Taylor. They did with Josh Jacobs. Like they wanted to shut them down, but with Justin Herbert and all the wide receivers, like I think he might have some open running lanes. So you could feel a little bit more confident starting him.
Yeah. Well, you're probably right. I think that this Steelers defense is just big and scary and can get a hold of them. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they play a different strategy to each team and not have to focus on stopping the run game. But you think Vidal is not very scary if you're the Steelers, so that might be dangerous to overlook.
For sure. On the Steelers side,
which tight end are we starting this week?
That is the question.
Start whichever one you want, man. You might get a touchdown.
Dude, tight end is such a wild place to live right now if you don't have one. Because, like, you're just randomly, like, you either have one of the guys, like, you have, your Brock Bowers, you have your Trey McBrides, you have Gadsden, you had Tyler Warren, even though that's a little wacky now.
Calm down.
Fannin. It's just like you either have one of those or you have like a Theo Johnson where you're just like hoping he falls into the end zone. You have one of these Steelers guys where you're just like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do here. You're starting Muskrat, even though don't know what that's going to look like. We'll talk about that in a second. It's just such a weird position this season. And I feel like we've done this again before with tight ends about how wacky the positions are, but I don't know. It just feels like we're in another one of these weird seasons with tight end.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to start any of them. But if you had to, I would guess that Johnny would be the play. But honestly, I'd say that, and then it'd be the other one. So hopefully you don't have to. Metcalf having a terrible game. Don't worry about that. He's still the only wide receiver on this team. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, love to see Roman Wilson have a role. I was really hoping they'd go after a wide receiver. Kind of sad they didn't because they could use one. And this team's not bad, Steelers. So,
could you drop Kenneth Gainwell at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. It doesn't look
I
like
hate
it's
it,
coming back.
but no.
It was a special couple of weeks, but
we should have known.
Yeah, but it was so wacky when it was happening. It was just like Arthur Smith at it again with this crazy nonsense.
Hey, Gainwell was always
it is Arthur Smith.
But
it is. It's just like, oh, here we go, Arthur Smith. He's being kooky again, giving Gainwell all these carries and pass catches.
Gainwell's going to get 14 carries this week, guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's coming. Just to spite this podcast because we know he listens. Chargers win.
I think this could go either way. I'll pick the Chargers as well, just because it's at home. But honestly, that doesn't.
They lost Joe Alt, so like I don't know if I feel great about that.
I'm going Steeler. They're going to eat up. I mean, they traded for Trevor Penning, which
that's a scary sign
desperate.
there. Trevor Penning is a horrible player, and so if they're playing
Slater and Alt are out.
Yeah.
I think TJ Watt and Co are going to feast. I got the Steelers.
Hey, it might be time to throw the ball. Maybe time we just let Herbert unleash the ball 50 times a game. Maybe just throwing it out there for anybody who could potentially think that that's a good idea.
He's doing a good job doing it too, and he does throw. So
yeah, I know it's crazy, but maybe we just do that. Don't run the ball. It doesn't need to be a running team this year, Harbaugh. It doesn't need to be. Okay, that was actually the Sunday night football game. I completely skipped over the last game of the afternoon slate. So we're going to go back to that real quick. It's the Arizona Cardinals versus Seattle Seahawks. It's the other division game in the NFC West. Kyler put on the IR, so he is gone. Jacoby Brissett actually looked pretty good. I will say this, and I don't know if you guys felt this way too. Maybe I just like Kyler a little bit, so I felt like it was a little unnecessary. Jacoby Brissett was playing the Cowboys. Like, everyone's killing it when they play the Cowboys. Like, they were, like, freaking out about how well he was playing in that game. And I was like, guys, like, come on. We got to put this in context a little bit. I know I'm being a little hypocritical with the Kyle Munagai thing, but this is a similar situation. Jacoby Brissett is not the answer here. He's just playing the Cowboys. I think this is going to be a very rude awakening this week against Seattle.
I actually semi-disagree on this one. He did great against Indy and Green Bay too, so he's played well this year, and I think it's just
I meant like to supplant Kyler as the starter. Like they said if Kyler came back, Jacoby needed to for sure be the starter.
There's a reason they put him on IR. I'm not convinced that they needed to put him on IR. I think that was let's shut up everybody for a second.
That was we're cutting you at the end of the season because you have not developed as a quarterback.
It might be.
Another waste of a contract.
Yeah,
another waste of a contract.
Yeah, Kyler has been fine. Jacoby has looked good. He's put the team in chances to win games and actually won them games. And not to mention, he might have been the one to unlock Marvin Harrison finally. I think they're finally like, hey, man, we drafted this guy for a reason. He looks amazing. If Jacoby Brissett is the one who gets him unlocked, that's fine. We're going to utilize that. So I really think this was a shut up Kyler moment, unfortunately. Yeah. It's sad. I think Kyler's on the move next year. I don't think Jacoby Brissett's the long-term answer, but at the moment he's making the best of a bad situation and he's getting his chance to shine. And so maybe Kyler does come back. Maybe Brissett gets injured. Maybe Brissett has struggles in the future, but at the moment, man, he's firing the ball pretty well. So
yeah. And he's feeding our fantasy players. I mean, McBride's getting 11 targets a game, which is what you drafted him in the second round for. And I mean, last week, Marvin Harrison got 10. Before that, not so much. So if we can continue that sort of feeding of the stars, we will take it.
No, Marvin Harrison looked like a star last week, and I'm looking forward to seeing it continue. So
make sure Benson's not on your waivers.
Oh,
that's all I had to add about that.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Smart play.
Benson is potentially back this week. I mean, it could be at least. I don't know. We haven't really heard any news yet, so we'll see. On the other side, So you got obviously JSN, and then you got the 2 running backs who you hopefully don't have to play either one of. And then now we have Shaheed joining the team. Now this week, I think Torrey Horton or Cooper Kupp are good to roll out there if you need it in a pinch. Cardinals defense really isn't stopping a whole lot. So you could play one of them, but in the future, can you play Shaheed? Like, obviously let's see how this goes, but I don't know if there's really going to be any weight for Shaheed because what does he do? He's just a burner. He's just going to run some deep routes. He should be able to get some snaps out there this week.
Yeah. And JSN's drawing so much more attention than Chris Olave did. So we could see even more of those deep touchdowns. He's going to be a great, best ball acquisition for you and definitely a boomer bust option starting out. He could be fairly stable by the end of the season.
100%.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree completely. I feel like the Seattle offense is going to be very good. Other than the running backs, that's kind of a hit or miss week to week. But
weirdly, JSN's the new running back. He doesn't even run. He just does all the running back work.
He's just the offense.
Very true. It's just JSN. It's like, man, maybe we should stop that one guy, right? It's kind of like the Falcons. But hey, if they can't do it, they can't do it. We said this about Jefferson. We said it about Jamar Chase. And now it's JSN and, Drake London.
Ironically enough, JSN is the new Cooper Kupp. He's the new Cooper Kupp, and he gets to play with Cooper Kupp. So, he just always seems to be open, and you're like, how is he open 20 yards down the field? Wild.
I know. I'll never understand, and this has just been my football thing for a long time, and it started pretty much with Cooper Kupp, of like, there's one dude you need to not let loose randomly in the middle of the field. It's Puka too now, honestly. But it's like there's one guy that you can't leave open. And that's the one dude that's catching the ball for 25 yards down the field. Like, how are y'all? There's nobody around him at all. It's just wild to watch.
100%.
Stabby route running.
Seattle wins.
Seattle, yeah, easily. All right. Monday Night Football. It's Josh's Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers.
If you ask other people, they're the best team in the NFL. So careful, you're calling frauds. They're actually currently favored. They are favored to win the game right now, which is wild.
Wow.
Everyone hates the Eagles. I actually kind of love it. It's really hilarious. But my question to you guys would be: did Howie do enough to get the Eagles back to the Super Bowl with his acquisitions during the trade deadline?
Yeah,
they're still the third best team in the NFC.
Calm down. So I will say I love that he attacked the 2 positions they needed as much attention in. So that's what matters. We'll see if they work. They're all shots in the dark, not burning first rounders for Myles Garrett's and Trey Hendrickson's. So that's helpful.
That Jalen Phillips pickup was just money, dude. Absolute money.
Yeah.
And then get Jair Alexander for free. Sure. He might not be what he once was, but put him in
Eagles
a Fangio defense.
One corner. They need one corner to figure it out. I don't care who it is. It could be Michael Carter. It could be Ja'Cory Bennett. It could be Jair Franklin. Figure it out amongst yourselves. Someone be good. Packers side, we're running out of tight ends. Kraft going down. Terrible to see. ACL. Now we got Luke Musgrave. Immediate starts? But are you excited about the immediate start?
Of course not. But that's just to say the tight end position. Again, if you don't have one of the top 4 or 5 guys, you're just really scrapping through the end of the season. But if you got him, I have him or TJ Hawkinson this week. Don't feel great playing either one, but I think I'm feeling a little bit better with Muskrat, which is just not where I wanted to be in my life right now. But I just don't trust JJ McCarthy, and that's just the way of the Vikings road. I don't know what to do with Romeo Doubs. This guy will go 1 week where he'll catch 3 balls for 19 yards, and you'll be like, this guy is such a bum. And then this past week, he'll go 10 targets, 7 for 91. And it's all right, well, maybe he is starter material. I don't know. Because I don't even know if you had a lockdown corner for the Packers. I don't even know who you'd cover because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter who you cover. One of them's going to catch the balls. It's
probably Christian Watson at this point. But
I guess. I guess so.
Christian Watson you don't even need to cover him. You just need to make sure he's not open 7 seconds into the route.
I say you just give Christian – honestly, if you give Christian Watson that one catch for 50 yards or like 1 touchdown for like 30 yards, he's not going to play the rest of the game. That's all you needed him to do. He's not coming back. That's it. Like, look what he did against the Panthers. He caught 2 for 54. One of them was 1 catch for 52 yards. That was the whole Christian Watson experience. And it's like,
I want to say something bold. And this is really just for redraft personnel. It's time. Go ahead and cut him. Matthew Golden. He's not starting in your lineup anymore. You got Jaden Reed potentially coming back. Good stash, by the way. You got Christian Watson already back.
Week 12. Everyone out there, week 12. See if he's on your waivers. I know IR spots are a thing for most leagues, but just go check.
I don't think Reed even cuts it for the IR spots. I bet he's just sitting there right now. Even in IR.
I found him in 2 leagues, so he's definitely been let go.
Yeah, no, 100%. Golden. I mean, I'm not saying you have to cut him. I'm just saying you're not using him, so you could.
No.
But yeah, I think Dubs is actually usable. Weirdly, like I never thought it would be the thing, but maybe it's the giant helmet that's sitting out there. I don't know, but Love seems to find him at the end of the day. So.
Well, he's Love's guy. It's either Kraft or Dobbs, and if Kraft's not going to be there, it's probably going to be Dobbs. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the funny thing is Luke Musgrave, when they first drafted these 2 guys, we thought Luke Musgrave was going to be the guy, and then Tucker Kraft ended up being the guy. So now Luke Musgrave gets the shot back, but he very well could just feed these wide receivers more. I mean, he spreads it around enough. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
But Dubs might be set for the rest of the season here.
Might be. But the Eagles win this one pretty easily, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Aren't there 4 guys?
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Packers, it's kind of probably over. I will say this about the Cowboys. What is their actual plan? Because like they traded Micah Parsons away because they didn't want to give money to somebody, but then they like trade for Quinnen Williams, and it's like, okay, but like
they gave their picks back essentially that they just earned. So it's like, you gained 2 first rounds from Parsons, but then you threw another first and a second at this. So it's like, so you gained 1 first round pick for a second round pick, and you traded Quinnen for Micah. I still think you lost.
I don't understand it at all. Like, I really don't get it. I mean, unless they prove me wrong, then they come out there and they're just killing it. But I'm like, the Cowboys should not be buyers right now. They should be sellers. You all are trash. Just be trash and go get your top 10 draft pick and draft someone. Like, it'll be okay. Build this thing. It can't be that hard. Especially the Packers pick that you're getting, and it wasn't even going to be good. Like, it's not going to be a good pick.
No, it's going to end up being the 23rd or 25th, something like.
Yeah,
cool.
like that.
Deal with that.
Yeah,
well, like Jerry's not going to pay Pickens. So,
oh hell no, definitely not going to pay Pickens.
They're trying to get all the juice out of the squeeze here and get their good offense.
Yeah, but you just traded away one of your firsts that you got for Parsons that you were going to rebuild this team with, and go get a new Parsons or whatever, whatever position you're going to end up with. Like,
I don't think the plan was a rebuild. I think the plan was to not pay Parsons.
Sure.
Yeah, which just looks great in hindsight. Although it's not like the Packers defense is unbeatable, but the offense is definitely the problem with the Packers.
Quinnen going for a first and a second is wild. Like, I'm not saying he's bad. Like, he's a top 5 defensive tackle probably, but at the end of the day, like, he doesn't impact the game as much as a guy like Micah Parsons does. Like, as much as I hate to sound like Chris Collinsworth over here, like, Micah Parsons is impacting the game on every play. Quinnen's impacting the play on rundowns. Cool. People can't run against you. They can still pass over your terrible secondary.
Well, I'll say this too, which I think that the Cowboys could have learned this lesson, but like, look what like Walter Nolan did for the Cardinals against the Cowboys this past week. Walter Nolan was out there wrecking shit. It was the first game as a player. And they drafted him like 18th overall. Could have used the Packers pick, got someone around that area, and could have rebuilt that way. But like, no, you go trade a first and a second for, I don't know. I know that it's been rehashed a million gajillion times on every show about how bad the Cowboys are at managing a football team, but it's just so
about that Quinnen trade. I was seeing good things about that. I don't know if it was just on Twitter. And
he's a good player. He's just, I don't think they're any better than they were. I mean, he's good, but they still have problems, lots of problems. Jacoby Brissett out there looking like Joe Montana. It was like, what are we doing? It's crazy. So old. I don't know. But anywho, that was week 10. Joe,
I got one more. I got one more.
Oh, you got something? Okay.
No, I got one more thought because we talked about the Cowboys trying to buy. The Chiefs are currently outside of playoff contention, and I just love that. It just makes me happy. They're also on a buy, so we didn't get a chance to talk about them.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that's it.
If the AFC wasn't so bad, I'd be like, yeah, they could probably hold them off. But oof.
Nah, they'll probably be in it at the end of the day.
That 6-7, trying to figure out who the AFC is going to be is just yikes. It's a yikes for me, dog.
You did the 6-7 thing too. That's cool.
I know.
Very hip of you.
I'm very hip. I don't know if you guys know anything about me.
I knew you did.
But actually, let's just see if it ended today, the 6-7 spots in the AFC would be the Chargers and Jacksonville.
That'll change.
Yeah, something tells me Jacksonville doesn't make it, but they are trying. I appreciate that about them. Like, made a move at the trade deadline, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, what's wacky here is like Houston's outside of that, Baltimore's outside of that, and KC's outside of that. And it's like I expect at least 2 of those 3 to make a move into that. But it's like, who would they kick out? Because like the Colts are obviously on top. New England's obviously on top.
The Colts are going to get their
Denver's on top. So there's going to be a team that we're like, wow, I thought that team was going to be good this year. That's not going to get a spot.
Fair enough.
Probably the Chargers and Jacksonville drop out. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Chargers are looking good right now.
Chargers are good, but are they better than Baltimore, KC? We'll find out.
We will.
All right. With that being said, Joe, get us out of here.
Good night, Possums.